Welcome back to the Token Dev, and in this video we are going further in our third section in this module number 1, whereby we are going to look into inserting images, audio and videos using HTML tags. Let me go straight to the outline. So number 1, we are going to cover images and its attributes. So we are going to see how to add an image to our page, and then we are going to see how to add responsive images using picture and source attribute. And then the third section, we are going to look into video and audio. So we start with audio and let us see the videos, and then we see how to embed videos using embedding video from YouTube. And then we are going to see a small bonus whereby I will touch on how to add tracks. And then lastly, we see the use of figure and fig captions to our page. So I already have my page prepared here, and I have my VS Code prepared next to it. We have my Chrome there. It is ready for presentation. And then we have the page here, the file I'm calling it multimedia. That is our video number 3. And then we have the title and all other presentaries that I've already said earlier. So now you can see the use of what I introduced to you called comments. You can see how I've commented my HTML page here so that you can see how we use them. And the reason that I did that, I noted that sometimes I'm skipping some of these things. So what I've done is to add them. So let's quickly go to image and see how to add an image. So we use the image tag here, and you can see the image is here to save us. We can add that one, and we have our image. So what image has added? It has added 3 attributes. And as you are looking at this tag, you can remember when we are talking about self-crossing tags. So this is an example of self-crossing tag here, where we are having just a tag and it does not have the other side of crossing the tag, more like the H1 that we are having here. So let's even add a title here, H2, and call it images. And now we have our images there. Now what we are going to see, first we are going to see source and alt. Let's just first remove that. That's more of an advanced concept for now. So I have images that I've added here. So we go to our images folder, that is images, and then we have hero image there, and then we add an alt attribute. An alt usually describes that images. You add a little bit of description. This is also important when it comes to screen reader. For instance, even when the page breaks, for instance, we may not be able to load the page, and I will illustrate that so that you can see. Let's call it, this is my hero image. So we have the hero image, and it's here, it's big, it's larger than the page. So quickly we see that the use of 2 other attributes which are important. The width, let's use width here and call it, and use like 400 pixels wide, so that you can be able to see. So you can see the impact of width. Now let's see what happens if you add height there, and I'm going to add like 600 pixels so that we can see what exactly happened. I'm sure you came across a page like this one with squashed images. This is the reason. So when it comes to these two attributes, use them sparingly, because it is important to note that wherever you add something that does not have the same sort of orientation or the size to our image, it usually scores images like this. So to control that, we usually use CSS, or sometime later we'll see how to use the figure element or the figure tag, so to wrap our images to prevent this kind of scenarios or incidents we've seen there. So what I will do, I add a p tag there, and this is intention because later we are going to see how to do it better. So let's add that image, a p tag there, and here we have our image inside there. So let's quickly go back to our documentation so that I can show you a little bit of things that it is important for you to note. And here we have our documentation here, and I'm going to look into the image tag there. So as you can see, we've already seen how to add source there and alt. Leave alone with this class attributes that you are seeing there. That one we'll see later when you are working with CSS. But for now, the two most important attributes to add to a page is the source attribute and the alt attribute. The explanation here is quite elaborate and very useful, but later on you can see when it comes to responsive images, we are going to use sizes and SLC sort. So if what I have here, I've open a new page here. That's part of Mozilla documentation, where they have all different type of responsive images and how to apply them. So one of them is resolution switching, and then they have other things like here art direction, where we are directing that with different type of approach. And then we have another one here. This is also a different one. So we are going to see how to do this one right now. So let's quickly go back to VsCode. Yeah, here we are, and see how to do exactly using different type of images. In fact, Bonda browsers have a unique way of supporting different type of images. So, and the one that we are going to see here is webp, which is supported by Google. I suppose it was developed by Google. There is this article here that they've gone into detail and explain how it works and what it is. So I've linked here in the comment section there, and you'll see exactly how to do it. Now let's go back to VsCode and start working. Now there we have our picture. That's the first thing that we do, and then we add our source because we want to have the first source, and we are going to see SLC, and here we are still going back to images, and now we are going to have this webp. Actually this one should be SLC set. Yeah, exactly, not SLC. SLC is for images. And then here we are going to let's add the width so that it does not extend the page like the one that we saw here. Width, and in order to separate it from the previous one, we are going to make this 160 pixels wide, and then that is the image. And then here let's add the image tag like we did here exactly, and see exactly, voila, here we have our source, our picture. Even if you go and look at our source here, we save as image or open in new tab here. Let's open this image in new tab here and see, yes, it is webp. So that is exactly what we are loading from our first image. So this is exactly what they're illustrating here, how to load multiple images or support a different type of image. You can see they are supporting SVG. In fact, what we could have added here, and I forgot, it's to add the type, which is very important so that the browser can know what type we are using. Type webp image. So that's very important to be descriptive of what type of images we are loading. So this type of adding images, this way we can use it also, as you've seen, to add responsive images by what they are calling resolution switching. So that one is something that we'll see later in advanced section, but for now I wanted you to note the use of picture because it is important to support different type of images as we've seen below. And for instance, if you go to my images here, you'll see when I was generating this image, I was supporting different sizes. So for instance, here we have a small size, another one following there, and then 1x size, that is this jpeg image here, and we can use resolution switching to support them and be able to have a better image when a better website when it comes to loading different type of images and making the end user experience a little bit better. Now with that, let's go to the next one, and this one we are going to see, actually let's add this one here. That's supposed to be there. So the next one, we are going to look into adding audio to our pages, and then we are going to use a tag called audio tag there, and that's how essentially you simply add an audio. So what we have controls here, That's something that we are going to add. Let's just simply load without anything. So we can see we have the control there, and because this one is also have that issue of flow, what we're going to do, I'm going to put in inside a p tag just to trick it to go to the next line. And let me first close that one. Yeah, exactly. So we have the audio tag there. So I've added as you can see right now, there is nothing, so you cannot play or anything. Let's remove these controls first so that you can see without controls. It is as if it does not exist, but let's add the controls there, and then we have it. So this is something that you can format the way you want, but first thing, let's add our audio so that you can see it in action. So we have two type of audios, and I will explain how we have why we have those two type. And let me show you here in the directory structure. Here we have the two type of audios. This is why I'm reading them from. So that is an audio. Now you can even see my IDM wants to download it, so you can play it. It's a little bit of welcome to the talking dev type of a talk here. So I've added that one, the small one, and when it comes to supporting more like more of this one, what I usually do, it's like using picture. So I've already introduced the source, so here we are going to use the source again, and then we are going to use src, and that will be our source. Actually I've overwritten this one, so copied there, that is the source, and then we are going to add type and call it audio, and then call this is mp3, so that's the source number one. Let's add another source here, the one that we've seen, that is m4a dot m4a type, and we call it m4a here. So the reason why you want to support this on this, because different browser can support different type of audios, and also different audio type have different compression algorithm. Maybe one is better than the other. That's why we want to use this different type of sources. So another thing that you can do is add a fallback information to tell the user, well, if they do not have their browser does not support this tag, what they will do is that they can download. So we can say we can add an anchor tag there, and add again this one. Let's add an mp3 there. We have mp3, and we click download, and then I don't know, it's supposed to be download without anything. Exactly, and then you say download with audio, and then we leave them a message to tell them their browser does not looks like your browser does support HTML syntax, actually HTML5 syntax, exactly like that. And here we go. So we have this paragraph tag there, which is one of the best way to add a fallback message to the user and let them know they can download that audio that way. So that's how you can add an audio. And when it comes to adding a video, it's not different, it's exactly the same. So but let me quickly go to that one and quickly show you how to add a video. So we have I still up with p tag, and then later on we see how to do it better. So we have video, it's the same idea, and then we add controls here, and then what we'll do here, we are going to see how to add this video using a third-party API that enable us to have placeholders. So let me quickly add the source, and then we look into that site right now, src, and then we are going to copy the URL there, and then type, we are going to call it video, and then we are going to type mp4. So there we go, and then we add a fallback sort of a message like this one, and then there's no HTML5. You can download it, this video, and then let's quickly go back. Let's quickly go to that site. I have it here. That's placeholder, actually placeholder.co. I've been using this one, that is placeholder.com, but I noticed they do not support video. But these guys here, they are supporting image, video, color, and they have a lot of things that they are supporting. And the best one that we can have is, I think, this video, which is a little bit interesting. So let me quickly copy this one. They even have I think this is 4K or 2K, I'm not so sure, but that's what they have in there. And so we are going to use an absolute. Now you can see an absolute URL in action. And let's make it this smaller. Let's call 1920. Let's call 12 something. Okay, let's go for 1920 by 1080. That's full HD, and see what we are having. Oh my god, it's big. And okay, what's happening here? Oh, I noticed it's added this one below here. Like, that's not exactly what I wanted it to do. Let me see. I think there's something that I'm not getting right. Yeah, exactly. I think you're not supposed to wrap them into a paragraph tag. Okay, you're supposed to leave them just like that. So that's how we are going to add them there. So the fallback message, and let's leave it like that way. So here we have it. We have our video there. Also with this video, we can make the size. I hope I can add height here and make it something like 320. Let me see. Exactly, we've been able to change that height. No, let's use the width so that it can fit. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how you will do it. Now we have that on. Now what you will notice is that we have more video controls than this one. These are more attributes. So to know a little bit more about those attributes, we go back to our documents and see what attributes you can be able to support. As you can see, there are many attributes here we are supporting, and one of the most interesting or most valuable area when it comes to this documentation is this section whereby they have all these features listed here and browser support. So this is very interesting and one of the best way to describe or to show you how to use an element. So we have all elements that you're supposed to use. One of them is autoplay, which tells the video to autoplay wherever you're starting. And then we have looping, which is important. If you've seen a page where we have more like a background image, and then this background image is looping over and over and over, they've used this one. And an interesting one, which is best to use when you are looping, we have to add muted. So as you've seen, the way we've added controls here, we can omit controls. If we just want to have a video, it looks like an image, and then we have autoplay to autoplay. But because this video is still, it's not going to look like it's doing anything. And then we add muted there, and that is it. And some of these controls also works with audio. It's something also we can see. Let's see audio. If we just add these two, so that you can see they work. So you can see exactly what happens whenever the browser reload. Let's reload again. Okay, I think it's first time. Let's do something like this. Oh, it's not loading, but at least we can see that there is the button is muted, but we have put it to autoplay. So that's an autoplay mode, which is sometimes important when you are using videos as your background. So that's exactly how to do it, and I've shown you how to get more to get more attributes from Mozilla documentation. Hello back, it's me in the future. I noticed we introduced some bug while coding this section of multimedia. So what we'll do is I will walk you there so that I can show what we are going to fix here. So when it comes to anchor tag here, when we said we have a fallback, I added href, and then we added the path to where the mp3 file will be. This is wrong. What should have happened is that this download here is where we'll have our path. And what you need to know is that the download work with relative path, and it must download from the same server, not from different server. The same thing that we introduce the same bug here while we are adding video. So this one also could be like that. And I noted this is mp3, so perhaps it could be this file here instead of this one. But as we are noting, this is coming from a different URL. Perhaps you'll have something like videos here, and you'll point to your video here.mp for this illustration. So that's all. So let me quickly show you how to embed YouTube videos before we go to this figure element. So quickly, I have something here on my YouTube page where we are still young here. So let's copy this video. And what we do, we click the share button there, and then we go to this embedding button there, and then we click copy. So these are simple 3 steps to do that. And we come here and we add and we embed that video. So by default, YouTube adds this 560 width by 316. So what this iframe does, behind the scenes, it embeds a HTML. You can say this is the safest way to add elements or other components from external. So this is how we embed YouTube video. And in order to see what it does behind the scene, let me quickly inspect this video or this page. Okay, it does not want me to grab it. Okay, at long last, here you are. Now you can see it embeds a whole HTML page. This one is a whole HTML page with its own styling and all these elements that they add here to this page. You can see they are adding here. So that's how to embed YouTube video and what an iframe does when embedding such elements. So what we'll do, I'll add this 320 there so that it can be small and around 180. So I had experimented earlier and see this is something that fits together. Usually you'll have to move them back and forth to see which one works. So that's exactly what I did, and 320 and 180 fits there. So the next one that we look into is figure element. So you can see we are wrapping almost everything here in p tags, from image, audio, even video. You can even do it without frame with this p tag, which is extremely bad, and this is not the way we design pages. So we have a tool to do that, and we have this figure caption. Let me get it here. This figure caption tag, which they say it describes the rest of the content. It's actually, we can say any content that it can stand alone, you can wrap it inside a figure caption, some things like quotes. And now we have images and videos. Those one you can wrap them inside a fig caption. Actually, it's supposed to be a figure. Okay, let's do that. This my bar should be figure, and fig caption is part of the figure. So you can see any self-contained content. That is self-contained content, you can wrap it inside a figure. So we want to fix the way we did here with our HTML. The way we were doing here, we were adding paragraphs and wrapping elements within these paragraph tags, which is not a standard way of doing. Let's be pro here and switch this one with figure tag, and all of them that we wrap them with p tag, we're going to wrap them with figure. And we also have a video there, figure. Okay, if I can get back. Okay, now we have them. Almost nothing changes, but what you can see is that our image here appears to have gone to the center, like it has been centered in even our audio and our video here. Let's put back those controls to the video so that we can see it does not look like it is an image. So exactly now it works like, okay, let's remove those one, I just want it to be like that. Okay, now it's fine. You can even put this iframe inside that figure, because it's a self-contained element. And yeah, sure, now you can see we also have this guy which is not inside the figure. Where is it? This picture. Let's put also this guy inside the figure. Exactly. Now everything looks like as if it is centered. Even if now you come and inspect our element here, what you notice is that when you look at this figure, that is figure element, where we have this one, you can see it expand full page. That is from this side to this side, and this other element appears to be centered. You can see it's full page. So this is the reason why you want to have this one with figure element. But also if you want to add a caption, that is a caption here, sorry, is supposed to figure caption, fig caption, that way. And my hero image, exactly just like that, we have a figure caption or a caption of this image that describe more about this image. You can go ahead and add the rest. So let's quickly go to that section whereby I wanted to share with you a little bit of this track here. And this is how we add subtitles, description, and captions to our videos. So this is the use of track, which is important when it comes to doing that. And we have everything explained about it. So this is something that you should know. And perhaps if you want to add your subtitles and more metadata, this is the direction you can go. In this video, we've gone ahead and see how to insert images, audio, video using HTML tags, and we've seen the whole idea of using figure and fig caption. I've also thrown in a little bit of track, which is extremely important when you're adding your metadata, captions, and subtitles to your videos. I hope you've learned a lot, and that marks the end of this video. And in the next video that is coming, we are going to look into styling tables or adding tables in our HTML pages. So the video is around here. Click the video and go watch it. And if you like this content, please subscribe and click the notification bell icon for more of similar content coming your way.